out there, bro. We had to fight gnats, mosquitoes, no dogs. But I was like, ah, damn. We looked up at the sky a couple of times, man. It started thundering and lightning. We was like, hey, chill out. We almost done. Let us finish the day, please.
I'm I'm not gonna hold you. This feels like when I lived in Dallas. That's how I feel right now because it's so hot out here. It's crazy.
Bruh, let me tell you, I've been gone all day. I was gone so much, bro. The dog then came in here. And he just won't sit in here with me, even though I'm doing the pod, just because he ain't seen me all day.
So if I'm constantly pulling out a bottle of water or pulling out my jug,
Look,
it's
I
because
got
it's
a
hot.
bottle and the rest that's in my Yeti right here. Like, trust me.
Yeah. Hey, we already late. Let me go ahead and press this button and
Yes, sir.
let's get
Let's
this
get
show
to
up.
it.
Where is my mouse? Come on. There we go.
Feeling like GRESH UNLEASHED. One time for the sickos. I'm all elite with the game from the get-go. Ain't full of no stardust, I'm a real nightmare, bruh. You can meet me at the crossroads. Business is booming, I feel like the hearse and the kid, and they tell me don't hurt anybody. I'm way too fly like Kevin, I could do this all night. Step back, it's a private party, I'm more dirty than dumb with the way I live. No saint like Ricky with the vibes I give. Looking at my watch, it's about that time. When I hit him with the toodles, it's a lot like Tiff. Might as well call me Tony. They don't even know that I'm timeless. AJ Francis, all I really know is first class. $1 million man, two prices. You ain't even over. Shout out to my dogs like Bron. Baby, I'm a limit breaker. You're just a death rider. Can't rest in peace. I saved that for the Undertaker. Proceed with caution, but you ain't Naomi. Can't book the team. Your name must be Tony. IWC say you got to go. Hi-Lite Jermaine and GRESH running. Let's start the show. Cool kids step to the front. Cool kids. Too sweet sign for the click. Gotta get the people what they want. Gotta get eradicate quick. Yeah, I'm like Seth with the outfits. Coming in hot too live on your outlets. Running these streets like the prophets. Thank God for the new day. Can't stop it. Jay Uso with the yeet. Eat, sleep, flex, and repeat. Whole new swag with a price on the tag like Javon on the young OG. Better recognize on the mouthpiece. See the power level gotta increase. Bring your content on the daily. Feeling like GRESH UNLEASHED.
Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, non-binary pals, baby mamas, baby daddies, and everybody in between. Welcome back to the GRESH Unleashed podcast. This is episode 124 of the show that brings you the good vibes to the best of our abilities. It is hot as hell, and the block is hot, but we are here live and in direct color. Joining you as always is the voice that does the most, the purveyor of mischief, GRESH. And joining me, as always, is another fellow brother who is likely steaming up in his place, his location. He is none other than representing the Social Boys Sports Podcast, as well as the giant of the family, Jermaine. What's good with your big homie?
Bruh. It's hot than a church meeting in the gumbo pot outside.
Boy,
It's warm.
you got your kneecaps sweating.
Man, listen.
Cause I ain't gonna hold y'all. Y'all can't see it, but I have on short shorts. My thighs are out because it is that damn hot.
Man, listen.
I am sitting on a towel because I am sweating. That's how hot it is. Like, god damn,
Bruh.
like shit.
I'm out, like, no lie. The only reason why I turned my ceiling fan down was because I literally just came from outside working, came into the house, and it felt cold in here. And I was gonna leave the ceiling fan on, but I didn't want it to make. I was gonna leave it on high. I didn't want it to I didn't want it to noise or interfere or nothing like that. So I was just like, well, screw it. I'll just turn it down. But like, it
So
definitely feels a hell of a lot better than outside.
listen, if y'all hear a fan noise on my end, mind your business. You'll be all right. You can once you hear me, I don't care. Like, blame Mother Nature. Blame Mother Nature for the block being hot because it is hot. Hey.
It's scorching out there. But I think I only got like 1 or 2 mosquito bites. I got lucky today.
Yeah. See, you was outside, I was inside, and even then, places that are normally freezing cold was struggling to keep the air on. That's how hot it was out here. Like I'm working mainly hotels, so
Mm-hmm.
they literally cranking the air on. It was like, hey, do you want ice cream? Nah, bro, I'm lactose intolerant. Like, y'all got like any Italian ice or something?
Seriously. Yeah, we was in meetings. I think it was yesterday, and like we was in meetings and stuff, and then like towards like the middle end of the day or whatever, the guy who conducted the meeting, he was like, "Hey, can you turn down the AC?" It's like, damn, it felt good in here. And then after a while, I'm sitting there, I was like, hold up, kind of cold in here. And literally, it's a big ass conference room, meeting room, or whatever. And we only on one side, and we only had one little U-shaped table in the front. And they cranked it down, and I mean, like almost immediately, you could feel the difference.
Yeah.
I got lucky.
Listen, if I want to cool off, I just have to go downstairs because my air is working. My filters are good, but the heat is stuck up top. It's
Yep.
just right here, and I'm like, I am so ready for it to rain because it's supposed to rain this week,
Mm-hmm.
and hopefully that works because then again, it might not work. It might be hot rain because one thing recently when it rained, the weather doesn't change; it be wet.
Bruh, I've seen, bruh, like that's why I was on my way to the area we was gonna work in, and it started pouring down. I was like, Lord, please don't let it rain the whole time we out here. Like let up before I got to the area where it wasn't raining over there. But while we was outside, I was like, damn, it's about to start raining, ain't it? And the guys I was working with, we all three of us like, hey man, chill out, chill out. But yeah, it's hey, look,
It's officially summer for y'all who hated the spring and the winter and the fall. It is officially y'all year, and I don't want to hear no complaints from y'all.
look, I ain't got my summer body, but doing this kind of work, it's gonna be here in a minute. I said, give me 3 weeks. Give me 3 weeks. I ain't gonna have no six pack or nothing, but I'm gonna go from about 230 to about 215.
Hey, the ladies love chubby dudes, so you're fine.
Oh, of course. I like. I don't mind if I keep some of the gut. I just want kind of tighten a few little things up. You know what I'm saying? If I can lose some weight in some areas, you know what I'm saying? And like, like I'm still gonna be tall. I can't help that.
Yeah,
I,
you
I ain't
can.
shrinking.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna shrink.
well,
So
no, not no time soon. I know when you get older, you might shrink a little bit, but you ain't gonna get.
I might go from 6'5" to like 6'4", maybe 6'3" and a half. If y'all lucky. Not notice I say y'all, not me.
But speaking of losing and gaining weight, Mercedes Monet gained some weight,
Yes, she sure did.
and that is more championship. Let me continue my statement for people think I'm calling her fat. I'm not calling her fat. I'm just saying she gained more championships. She won another. She won the CMLL Women's World Championship on Wednesday.
Another one.
Damn, I don't have that soundbite. I need to
But
put it on
listen,
there.
for everybody that's hating on this decision, it was the right decision. And I've come to grow and realize that I want to say maybe we talked about this last week or so, or week four last, maybe. I know we've talked about it, but those companies, their belts are getting TV time and exposure that they wouldn't have normally gotten had she not held those titles. So for everybody who's wondering why does she have all these titles and give somebody else a chance and blah 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 blah, those titles would not be getting the exposure if some other person, the people who previously held them, still held on to them, or if someone else in one of those promotions won those titles instead of Mercedes. Let's just call a spade a spade. It's already been disproven that she does not have creative control in AEW. So you mean to tell me she has creative control in 5 other promotions? Come on now, let's be for real. Like whatever y'all smoking, don't offer it to me because I don't want it. Whatever cup y'all drinking from, drink y'all pouring, I don't want none because I don't want no stupid juice in my system.
I'm about to say it must be crack.
It got to be. Maybe it's meth, crack, bath salts, I don't know. Whatever it is, I don't want it. I don't want it because it just it does not make any sense. It just doesn't.
The funny thing is, it's like they did the same thing with Kenny when he was won all those belts. It's like they have this thing where they don't want you to. They want you. They complain about you losing all the time, but then when you start winning, then they still complain about you winning all the time. So how about we just ignore y'all like we do now, because it's getting redundant at this point.
Yeah, and the thing was, I'll be honest with you. I don't remember Kenny getting this much hate
Oh,
at
it
this
wasn't this
level.
much, but
No,
he
no, no,
was
no.
getting hate.
He was. No, he definitely was getting hated on, and there was some talk, but it wasn't this much, and it wasn't this long lasting or extensive either. And at some point, it was more people who were fascinated with his belt collector gimmick than anything else. But I'm gonna be honest with you. It's because number one, she's a female. Number two, because she's a black female. And number three, because she's basically Babe Ruth and called her shots. And people are thinking that because she said she's going to do this and she's going to do this and she's going to do that, they're feeding into the narrative of the creative control, and it's simply not true.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Like it's, I think it's getting to a point with me personally that I kind of just block them out a lot now. So because me as a fan of Mercedes, I'm not mad that she's winning. So it's like what I have to do is just have to block out the noise. And the story is so simple what they're telling. Like they can go either one or two ways. They can put the title on her, and whoever win this Casino Gauntlet Battle Royal that they just announced today for All In,
Mm-hmm.
they can defeat Mercedes after she's exhausted, and that can start her downward spiral, or Tony can be the catalyst to winning. I mean, to her downward spiral because she'll be her first loss. Because I saw someone, because when they announced this Casino Battle Royal, I saw someone say, "Hey, what if this is the way to get Athena onto All In?" Because that's been the talk of the town, get Athena onto All In. What if this is a way to get Athena onto All In? Tony retains, and Athena cashes in her championship title match the same night that she wins the number one contendership, and basically kickstarts a story with Mercedes saying, "You couldn't do it, but I did it. I reached the mountaintop way quicker than you."
Yeah, and see, that's what's just I don't know, bro, but all I can say is they need to figure out a way to get Athena not just on the card, but in a prominent enough spot on the card. Because like I know one of your sayings is you don't want another here nigga damn. And
Yes,
that
sir.
that's not what I'm looking for either.
That's all of
And
Jey Uso's run.
it feels like that, but I really feel like they had bigger plans for it, and I think Goldberg was the one who screwed all that up by him whining and crying all this time about him wanting his retirement match, and I want one last match, and Vince didn't give it to me. Well, motherfucker, Vince gone. He was the one who promised you, and now he gone. So now you crying to these new people, and it's mainly because they're just like, all right, here, nigga, damn, shut up.
That's literally what it is. Like we don't want that situation here. So that's what I'm saying. I'm like, the whole situation is interesting to me. Like,
Mhm.
yes, I want Athena on the card, and that scenario I just painted was like, okay, cool. That could be one way to go. Or they could just have her win it anyway and just stretch it out, but still giving her. And it's like, it's so many ways, but I'm really interested in seeing how they're going to go with this Tony and Mercedes thing. Like, how did you feel about them saying the original plan was Athena versus Mercedes at All In, but then they just pivoted?
Pissed me off. Straight
Damn.
up, it pissed me off. Really pissed me off. Because just as big as this Tony Mercedes match is, That Athena Mercedes match could have been just as big, especially when you factor in how long Athena has been holding that ROH title. It could have been just as big of a match because you had ample time to build Athena up to that same level with those other two ladies. And I know most people are going to say, but Tony Storm is this character and she's this and that and blah, 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 blah. And that's great. And I get it. But at the same time, you have a woman who's held the ROH title over 900 days at this point. That woman is a solid, badass wrestler. Mercedes wants to run it back with her. Tony Storm has even talked about how good everybody knows how good Athena is and talks her up, except for the person with the pencil. And it seems like that's the one that's holding her back. It's not her. It's not other women hating on her or nothing like that because they want to work with her. It's the one that's holding that pencil. I mean, what can we say? Like it's really frustrating to know you got somebody who's ready made, who can cut the promos, who can go in the ring, who she's held it down at ROH and she's developed her character into something that's way more believable than she ever was when she was in WWE and even when she first got to AEW ROH. And I just think that they struck gold and didn't realize it. And it was like you got this unrefined diamond that's just sitting there waiting to be processed and cut. And instead of you processing and cutting that diamond and making your money off of it, you just got it sitting there on the shelf. Like that's how I feel about Athena. You have precious uncut gems with Tony and Mercedes. You got one. All you got to do is put just a little bit of work into it, and boom, you got another one. But it's just sitting there collecting dust.
I agree. I just wanted to hear you get that off your chest because
Thank you. I
because
appreciate
it's like it's a situation where I wholeheartedly agree with what you're saying because I've said it countless times on this show like, hey, you got two money matches.
Mm-hmm.
Tony versus Jamie because there's a story there. And Mercedes versus Athena because that's a dream match that you can literally build an entire pay-per-view around.
Yeah.
Not to discredit this particular match that we're getting with Mercedes and Tony, but at the same time, it's like, hey, you could literally kill two birds with one stone. Will he? Will they play? Will they go this route down the line? Maybe. Jamie's currently hurt right now, so there's nothing much they can do. But at the same time, it's like, wow, what a missed opportunity.
Yeah, man. They had. I mean, you could have went the Tony Jamie route. You could and on the side could have went Mercedes Athena. Hell, you could have made this a damn fatal four way. You could have did one of Vince's Nasty Man's WrestleMania booking, one of the things that he loves and
Four
hates.
corners,
Yeah,
multi-man
you
matches.
could have
Yeah,
made it a multi-man match, a multi-lady match, I'll say. But like, bro, there was ways to book this. And to me, you could have had two huge ladies matches on this card. And both feuds could have been built up to highlight the women's division overall. There was ways to do that without dimming the light on anybody who's already shot to the moon or who's ascending their way there. And I just feel like that they're dropping the ball and we're this close to all in. And the only thing we have is this. I'm not, and trust me, I'm not mad about it because this is one of the matches that I did want to see. I'm not going to take that away from those two ladies.
oh yeah,
One of
and
the
I
money
still want
matches.
to see it. Like this is one of the most interesting matches on the card right now.
It is a contender, if not to be match of the night, to be bare minimum top 2 or 3.
I agree, and we're gonna be there and let you know if it's good or bad. But yeah, that's our thoughts on on where it stands. And if you're listening right now, let us know if you feel like Athena should be involved in this championship match at some point. Like, should she win the battle royal? Should she not win the battle royal? Or if she does win the battle royal, should she cash in the same night, like turn it into a money bank? Because that's confusing. Is the casino battle royal on like a money in the bank contract, or is it just like you just get a title match whenever? Because I know last year with Christian, he got it whenever. They basically turned it into a money in the bank.
That's what it's seeming like to me, because I haven't heard them stipulate or specify it's at this show or it's within a certain whatever. It was just Christian won the contract.
All right.
So it's similar to Money in the Bank, is what it seems like from what Christian did. So I'm only going, based off of the last Casino Battle Royale winner. That's what he did. So I'm assuming that's how this one's going to work as well.
Gotcha. Also, we saw the return of another worker, and that is Kota Ibushi.
Bruh.
He just casually showed up.
Bruh. I was in the middle of getting some stuff ready or whatever, right? And I missed Collision. And as I'm going scrolling through, Sunday, and then even on yesterday, like looking over, I was like, what? I was like, Ibushi showed up? I was like, bro, they really building up this Kenny Okada match. When you bring out Ibushi, and we're not gonna go back the history and the this and the that. Just know that Ibushi and Kenny are like this.
The Golden Lovers.
The Golden Lovers. And after what Okada did to Kenny and the way they made that spectacle look, especially the spitting up of the blood and everything, for Ibushi to show up the way he did, it took it from here to here. It's like you ever been frying chicken or something? And I'm saying that because I just fried chicken like the other day.
Yeah.
You
I
ever
just had
been
something yesterday.
you ever been frying chicken and you drop a little, you either put too much grease or drop too much chicken in that pot at one time and that hot oil start bubbling over?
Mm-hmm.
That's what they did with this feud. The grease was already hot, the chicken already in the pot. It just got so good and so like built up to where it started bubbling over, and it's hotter than it was prior to. It already hit the ceiling when you announced the match. They took it to another level with the attack on Kenny. They was like, you know what? We got one more trick for you. Ibushi showed up like an RKO.
Out of nowhere. Is it weird? And it could be just me, but when he popped up, I was just like, I thought I would have popped more when he showed up. It was more so like, oh, Ibushi's back. Okay.
For you, did you watch it live or did you watch
I
it
watched it
back
live.
later?
No, I watched it live. I was
Okay,
watching it.
so here's the deal. For me, it was way different because I was like, "Oh shit, Ibushi showed up,"
Mm-hmm.
and I was trying to stay away from social media, right? And I'm
Right.
like, okay, I don't want to watch. I don't want just kind of stay away. Da, 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 da. And I saw something about Ibushi. I was like, Ibushi, where's Ibushi? Oh, Ibushi back. Ibushi showed up. I'm thinking it's a New Japan show. Bro, like I'm seeing stuff about it. I'm getting alerts or whatever. Ibushi.
Oh yeah, because I did put it in the chat. I was like, I said Ibushi's alive?
Bro, between the different group chats and just alerts on Twitter and stuff like that, I'm like, oh shit, Ibushi back. I was like, bet. I was like, well, wait a minute, is this the Super Juniors or G1 didn't start yet, did it? That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Kirk and Halden had a special show or something like that. And like, okay, normally those shows started like 1, 2 in the morning my time. So unless it's like Wrestle Kingdom or something I really want to watch, or the G1 Climax Final or something, I'm not staying up to watch it live.
Basically, we just genuinely forgot that he was signed to AEW. Is what we're saying.
It caught me off guard and I popped because I wasn't watching it live. I'm just seeing texts and alerts and different stuff like that. And when I realized it was at AEW, that's what really popped me because I'm thinking it's New Japan. I was like, because at first, like I said, at first I was like, oh, okay, Ibushi's back. Dope. I'm glad he's not hurt because I thought he was still hurt.
Me too. The way he was injured, I wouldn't be surprised if he retired.
Bruh, once I realized not only was he back from being hurt, but he was at AEW and he confronted Okada, I was like, holy shit.
Yep. And with that return, he's basically right into action because Tony Khan said, "Hey, bro, you was injured for the last run that you were here before you went away. You 100% now.
Mm-hmm.
It's time for you to lace up your boots and get to work."
Yeah, man. And I'm number one, I'm happy that he's back. Number two, I'm happy that they're gonna make some use of him and the way that they chose to use him to heighten this feud and everything. And right here, I'm calling my shot. Okada is gonna make an appearance and attack him or something like that.
I mean, Don Callis family is basically NWO 2000, so yeah, of course.
Hey, yo. But yeah, man, I think that this is good, and I'm glad to see him back working and everything. Last I heard, there's always something going on with him in New Japan and him calling people out, and there was even a rumor about him having something with the Yakuza and everything. Like, I'm not as ingrained in all of that, but I know someone we could talk to and ask in reference to what was all of that controversy going on with him over there. And that's Lyric. And I know Lyric would know because Lyric follows it religiously. She mainly follows the women's wrestling, the Joshis over there in Japan, but she does love New Japan and she definitely supports the product and whatnot. I've seen that up close and personal. So shout out to Lyric.
Oh yeah. So we're gonna obviously keep our eyes peeled because it's the road to AEW All In, and
Mm-hmm.
we want to make sure that we are in tune with everything that's going on. And also, I just talked about the women's casino battle royal. It's gonna be a men as well. So we're gonna have two battle royals at All In. So Tony Khan is
Nice.
about to stack the hell out of this show. So I'm not mad at it. We're gonna be there. We're gonna have the best time that we can, and see where we go from there. But
My final thing about them two casino battle royals is they're restoring the feeling of when WrestleMania used to have the Money in the Bank ladder matches at Mania. That's basically what All In has with those casino battle royals. It's a way to get everybody, a lot more people involved, and it's a way to propel storylines going forward.
oh yeah, and revisit
Mm-hmm.
storylines if need be, if everybody's clear that was involved in the storyline. So
Yes.
but speaking of storylines, we also had John Cena over on SmackDown switching to WWE. He basically mocked the pipe bomb.
Hey, bro. Some people, I'm not gonna lie, some people hated it because they still thinking corny Cena. Some people absolutely loved it because he did turn it up a notch.
Mm-hmm.
Some people thought it was kind of corny because Punk was laying there. I
Yeah, I don't know
thought,
why that man was laying there that long. Like, bro, move.
bruh, do you not realize John Cena put him through a Slim Jim, a dark Slim Jim table?
Oh, I forgot.
Come on, man, you
Slim
forgetting
Jim
the
tables.
rules, bruh.
Slim Jim tables elevated. It gave it extra power, so you're gonna be extra knocked out for extra long. I
And
get it.
listen, if it's a dark Slim Jim table, it hurts worse.
I just thought the table was dirty.
Don't tell nobody that. No, look, that table is clear. That table has black Air Force One energy. That's why Punk was laying there so long. Look at how dark that table is. You can't
I,
tell me that table don't have black Air Force One energy.
either that or it got some melatonin in it because that man was taking a nap.
Bruh. Like, but if you think about it, and if you go back and watch that original episode of Raw from the pipe bomb,
Wasn't John Cena in there in the table too for like the whole
slumped
time?
in the corner on the table or whatever, he was just slumped.
Oh,
And Punk was up there for like 6-7 minutes, and Cena was slumped. The only reason why people are making such a big deal out of this one is because Cena sat in the on top of the turnbuckle when he did his pipe bomb, whereas Punk was on the ramp. And the
hmm
only reason why people knew Cena was still in the ring or whatever is because every once in a blue moon, the camera would cut to him, or they would have a wide angle and you would see it. The only reason why you knew Punk was still there is because of where Cena was and where the cameras were in reference to where they both were. That's the only difference. That's the
yeah.
only difference. It was a nice callback. And I give Cena his props for, I mean, mocking it damn near word for word, bar for bar. It was like a Punk must have had a Soldier Boy moment while he was laying there asleep. He was like, he stole my whole flow, word for word, bar for bar,
He stole my whole flow.
bro.
That dude was asleep. I'm trying to tell you.
But like, I give him props because I can't remember the Twitter account or the TikToker who made the edits, but they mashed it up and made the edits of Punk's and Cena's, and man, it was really good editing. But damn, if Cena didn't nail it, and like the whole hey Claudio, hey Nick Nemeth, hey Matt Cardona, like bruh, like come on, dog, like Cena did that. Like give that
It,
man his props.
it was Nelly Prods on TikTok.
Shout out to Nelly Prize. I didn't hook up the soundboard, but I would definitely give you the applause, gunshots, or something. I would like that was dope. That was knew my dog had my back. But yeah, man, that was dope to see. I think Cena definitely stepped it up a notch, and he got, even though some people may still consider it kind of corny or hokey, I saw a lot more people that appreciated it, whether it was a lot or just at least giving him some props or something. There was more of an appreciation overall on various levels
hmm
than there was, I don't like this. This is stupid. Why are he still? There was still some hating or whatever, if you want to call it negative talk, but there was more positive people who appreciated the negative.
If you look at it at this promo as him mocking Punk as opposed
Mhm.
to him adding something new to the table, you'll enjoy it a lot more.
Oh, definitely.
But
Well,
that's the reason why I enjoyed it more because I'm like, oh, he's basically mocking Punk.
oh, for sure. For
He's like,
sure.
you were the best in the world for 7 minutes, 14 years ago, or however many years ago. And I'm like, bro, he just said he said, hey, you're better than anything that I am. You're the best bullshitter in the world. I'm like, no, y'all pretty much equal when it comes to bullshitting. So
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Facts. Without a doubt. But I love the fact that Cena was like, even though he mocked Punk's pipe bomb, he was still shooting.
mhm.
He was still shooting. And that's the part that you have to appreciate, is that it's like you can use perfect example, another cooking analogy. And I know y'all get tired of me hearing this, but I don't care because that's what I'm good at. That's my therapy sometimes. Like, do I know how to make a gumbo etouffee or something like that from scratch? Without a doubt. I was taught, like, hey, this is how you do this. But I was also taught time is money. Work smarter, not harder. So if you're gonna take a shortcut, at least take a good one. Cena may have taken a shortcut to getting a good promo by using Punk's outline for a pipe bomb, but he put in his own spin on that pipe bomb and still shot and still made a damn good promo. So you got to give him his props on that.
Facts. I agree. So, hey man, I enjoyed it. We got Night of Champions this weekend. We definitely gonna talk about the controversy of this weekend because there's a lot to talk about with that one. Not a lot, but like we're gonna give our opinions on everything that's going down. And also we
Definitely.
have the speaking of things that I'm also ready to move on from. People are mad about John Cena being corny. How about Nia Jax still going after that women's championship?
Bruh, I swear, it's like I'm gonna be real. I love Naya, and again, I've been a proponent of hers. I've been in her corner. I've supported her since she came back because she is doing the absolute best work of her career. Not only is she working better and safer in the ring, she's also putting women over and getting them to look really good while also simultaneously maintaining her status as the big badass in the women's division. And whether it's through promos, backstage work, in ring work, whatever it is, Nia is doing all around leaps and bounds better than what she's ever done before. And I'm glad that she's getting her shine. I'm glad that people are giving her props. But damn it, if this ain't the damn Pacers versus the Kings on another Tuesday night on TNT, it's like, bro, y'all only supposed to play each other like 3, 4 times a year. I swear, every week I turn it on the NBA or something, I'm seeing the same damn teams play. This was like when we got the Cavs and the Warriors 3, 4 years in a row in the damn finals.
Boy, that's when I tapped out. I was like, I can't take this no more.
Or like the Bills went to 4 straight Super Bowls and got their ass kicked in the early 90s. I was like, can we get something else? Can we get something else? It's like every year you see somebody win a marathon or the gold medal at the Olympics in the marathon. It's a damn Kenyan. It's better to bet on second place. Well, shit, you might as well bet on third place because the first two may be Kenyans. Your safe bet in the marathon. Let me tell y'all something. Bet the Kenyans against the field or the field against the Kenyans to place. That's your safe bet right there because them Kenyans gonna be on that medal stand for a damn marathon. It's like we keep getting this, and I love that they're giving Nia her shine. It's time to move on. Don't make me hate Nia Jax while I'm loving her.
Yeah, I don't even hate her. Don't make me get bored of her because if I get bored of her, I won't talk about her.
Thank you. That's a much better way to put it. Don't let me get bored of her by constantly going after Tiffany. Like, can we get somebody else involved, please? Can y'all run somebody else at Tiffany or run Nia as somebody else? Something.
Yeah, so yep, that's what we get next week. Last woman standing match for the women's championship. So hopefully, when his last woman standing, But I will say, seeing as they will be feminists in Riyadh, the airtime will be tape delayed. So if you have a VPN like yours truly, you'll be watching it live if you're not bored. And if you don't have a VPN, sucks to be you. You'll watch it at 8 o'clock.
Hey, listen. That's this Friday or next Friday?
This was from last week's graphic, so it's this Friday.
Listen, my schedule's been off since I'm back at work now, so I don't be knowing. But yeah, man, like, I guess I had left my door open because the dog he wanted to come in, and my daughter was like, "You being too loud." She just closed it. But but nah, man, like seriously though, like I'm just happy to see this, and I want to see what they're gonna do with this, especially having this kind of match and this looking like they're still going to Saudi. It's gonna be interesting to see how they pull this type of match off over there. Because we
Yeah.
know it's not gonna be the same type of match we would get here. It's gonna be a different kind of last woman standing match. My other thing about this match is the only reason why I can see why they keep running these two into each other. It goes back to them wanting to establish Tiffany as a legitimate world champion with a legitimate reign because she retained against Charlotte at Mania. She's been holding on to that title, and they've had her coming out on top of these feuds with Nia. The only thing that I can gather from all of this is that this is to help further establish Tiffany as a world champion. And 9 times out of 10, Tiffany's going to win this match, and it's going to look dramatic or whatever.
You think
Did y'all hear that? My
yeah,
bad.
you good. You think
Oh.
Naomi gonna cash in?
Ooh.
because this is practically a setup for her to cash in. They teased it last week. Nia stopped it. You think she's gonna try to cash in here, or you think she's gonna prolong it or tease it and then not do it?
I would love for Naomi to cash in, and I'm glad you brought that up, bro. Because like, if there's gonna be a moment that we're gonna make out of all of this, it's either gonna be to further establish Tiffany, or it's going to be have Naomi cash in and capitalize on the run and the wave that she's riding right now.
Hmm. I agree. That's the reason why, because I'm like, she been like you say, what better way to cap off a what you say, the one of the best, or if not the best characters in wrestling right now, then with a Money in the Bank cash in. I know a lot of people are not really a fan of it happening over there because they're worried
Mm-hmm.
that the crowd might not pop
Mm-hmm.
because it is still Saudi Arabia.
Okay, even if we don't get a straight cash in, I would love to see at least the tease of a cash in again.
Me too. So
Because I think the crowd would at least get it if she at least comes out there and attempts or teases it or whatever. But I don't know, man. I really think that this is that would be dope, and I would love to see it. To be honest with you.
oh, me too. Something else I would like to see is whatever they're doing with this faction, if it is a faction. Black women on my screen.
Lord of mercy,
I was like, this caught my attention. I was like,
bruh.
fascinating.
When they made the comparison, they was like, "That's KD, Steph, and Clay." One of them said that. I was like, "Yup,"
Yep.
and I'm here for it. Cause brother, Lord Jesus, whew,
There is a fire.
Lord. I mean, I need another sip of water.
I got a whole jug.
Look, I need to open up this bottle of water now. Cause god dang, like let me tell you something. All BS aside, though, like Mia Yim kind of needed something to kind of turn her up a notch and like really put her on people's radars and stuff because I got tired of them saying, "Oh, she's awkward or sloppy in the ring. She doesn't really have an interesting character." I got tired of people saying B Fab is just, whatever. She's not really that good. She's still green in the
They're
ring. She's
still holding
sloppy.
that 2.0 match that she had with Electra Lopez over her head.
Thank you.
Even though it's been like even though it's been like 2-3 years.
Then the whole Jade thing, and people gonna already be jealous of Jade because she looks like a damn real life superhero and everything else. And so do these other ladies too. Like they're just three gorgeous, talented women who have various spots in their career with B Fab and Jade being more green and more new to it than Mia is, of course. But they're all coming into their own and they're all improving, especially B Fab and Jade in the ring and with their promo skills. B Fab's promo skills are up there. She just doesn't get as much. She's been getting more time lately to show that off. Mia Yim has always been good and always been this interesting. It's just that they gave her a different tweak to her character to kind of turn her up a notch, and I'm loving it. B Fab has worked her ass off in the ring and on her promos. And you can tell that Jade is getting more comfortable with her. She's still got a little ways to go, but Jade is getting more comfortable in the ring and on her promos. I'm starting to see more from her. She's getting a little bit better at selling and whatnot. And I think her selling needs to like really kick in. And it's hard for her to sell because like I said, she looks like a real life action figure.
She's a giant. She's a giant, and she got muscles in places that a lot of people don't have places.
Listen, come on now. But bro, like I'm just saying though, like these ladies they're destined for something good, something interesting, something special, especially Jade. But I think putting them with Jade, I think that that's gonna be so dope. Did y'all hear that too?
Yeah.
Yeah, my bad. It like I be forgetting to unlink my phone and my computer. But
It's all good. What was you saying?
anyway, I just think that because B Fab and Jade are greener than Mia, I love what they're doing with Jade. I think I just want to see something special from them. And I think Jade is the one that they're trying to promote and push. But I think putting B Fab and Mia with her is going to help them rub off of her. But those two ladies are also going to learn from working with Mia. So I think it's a beneficial circle of them three being together, and I just want to see where this goes and where this leads. This could be the new Fab Three or Big Three, however you want to call it.
Or it could just be a one-off and they were just doing something backstage because they need to fill time. Because hey, eventually SmackDown's supposed to go to 2 hours again, but I believe that shit when I see it.
I want to see B Fab and Mia go after the tag titles, and I need to see Jay get in the mix with that world title.
Facts. And last tidbit from SmackDown, LA Knight is still going after Seth and Bronze and Black.
Yeah. That's all I got.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's all I got. It's like they haven't really, and we'll definitely get to it. I might as well just get to it with Raw because I really am getting to a point now where our Seth's group isn't really moving me a lot that it should be. I don't know why. It's like, I guess because when I watch this promo on Raw, I'm like, bro, you're saying a whole lot of nothing.
Bro, I don't want to feel like that, and I'm trying to stay away from it, but it's like
Nigga just yapping. I'm like, this nigga's just yapping right now.
Listen, man. Look, I'm trying to stay positive, and you put that in the chat, and I had no rebuttal.
when I saw nobody had a rebuttal, I was like, "Yep, I won," because they can't disagree with me right here. Because like this nigga is literally just yapping right now.
And you know, I've been trying to be devil's advocate and defend him, and the whole time you like he been saying the same shit for the last 5 years, the last 6 years.
I'm the future of this industry. Like
I'm
nigga,
like, bro, wait, you have to see it this.
Nigga, you almost 40. Stop.
I'm still holding out hope we gonna get something out of this. And the main reason why I'm still holding out hope is because he's got 2 young lions next to him, and he's got the advocate holding the briefcase for him.
Or
there is
the
wise man. I'm sorry.
He called him something, the Oracle.
No, they're still calling him the wise man.
Oh no, they're calling him the wise man, but Seth called him his Oracle.
Yeah, that's right. He did give him that nickname. So I'm wondering if they're trying to make that transition now because they got tired of like he was Roman's wise man. He's my Oracle. Whatever y'all want to call him, the advocate, the wise man, the Oracle, the walrus.
This nigga watched Batman one time and said, "Yeah, I'm finna take all your shit."
I mean, listen. If you want to call him Joker and Penguin, I don't know. Whatever you want to call him, I just hope whatever it is, they do something more dramatic and or add somebody or something because I'm starting to teeter to your side. I'm still on this side of it. I'm creeping closer to that line. I'm not crossing that line. I got closer to that line, but
and it's like I'm trying, but it's
I
like,
couldn't
bro,
argue with you with this one. I could not.
Every time this man talking, I'm like, bro, get to the fucking point. And then when he gets to the point, I'm like, oh, you saying the same shit in a different way. You're yelling, I hate CM Punk. Well, whoop de do. A lot of people do. Move on. I made Roman Reigns. No, you didn't.
Bruh, listen, let me tell you something, dog. Like, straight up, like, Seth is making points, but the unfortunate thing is that he keeps going back to points he's already made in previous iterations. He has new guys around him, and he has a different look. And it's almost a different gimmick and everything, but it's like it's a different iteration of it's like he morphed into a different form of what he's always been. He keeps taking with him the same things.
Yeah.
And it's like
This is just the Messiah with a different paint.
and what I keep saying in his defense is he's never had the chance to be given the ball and fully run with it on his own. It's always been off the back, off the strength of something and someone else. And I kind of wanted to see him be a lone wolf. But when he got Braun and Black, or the Bronze and Black, or B&B Security, however you want to call them, like it just reminded me of the whole authority thing with J&J Security and Kane and Triple H and this and that. It's another iteration of that.
I think that's my problem. Everything that he does is literally a callback to what he's already done.
And when he was the Messiah, he had Buddy Matthews and it was somebody else with him, I think, right?
Buddy Matthews and AOP.
That's right. Yes. So it's just like y'all keep making callbacks and kind of tweaking the character some. But what are you going to do with it this time that's going to make it any different than any of the previous iterations? That's what we're looking for. And that I'm trying to hold out hope for that. But Gresh is slowly converting me.
And it's like I'm not even trying to like convert anybody. I'm just saying like, hey, I'm watching the show and this is what I'm getting. And I'm getting the exact same thing that we got in 2015, in 2020, in 2022, and all the way to the current version. I'm like, he's literally the exact same thing, except he's whining more.
I promise you, bro. Like, if y'all see me like posting workout pics and I'm swelling up and I'm meal prepping and stuff, it's all Gresh fault because he fully converted me. I'm just letting y'all know if I go from 230 to like 260 yoked up, blame Gresh.
I'll take the blame. I'll take the blame. Yeah, I'll take it.
Nah, bro,
Yeah. Guilty.
I'm gonna keep watching. I'm gonna keep holding out hope. It's just my hope is waning. It's starting to wane, I'll say.
Speaking of things waning, Rhea Ripley and Raquel Rodriguez finally clashed again. So we're running it back between them two.
Yep. And we're also starting to see Roxy.
Rocks.
Yes, sir. It's happening. I didn't know if they were going to immediately go in this direction or if they were going to prolong it. When I saw Raquel reach out her hand and help Roxanne up and then pull her in for that hug right there with that shot and them both looking at Rhea's fallen body on that table, I was like, nah, they going straight into it. They're going straight into it. It's the most logical thing that actually makes sense and fits perfectly. And it's almost as if like there's been several people, but I want to give those proper people their just due. Some people have been saying Roxanne, I want to say Lovely was the one who said it, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm wrong, correct me, please. I know y'all will. But Roxanne actually does fit better with the Judgment Day than Liv does. It's a fact.
That was definitely Lovely.
It's just a fact, bro. Especially even if she gets to be tag team partners and champions with Raquel, both Texas girls, both Hispanics, they like Raquel is in Judgment Day. Roxanne is trying to be a part of Judgment Day. Raquel was rejecting her at first because Liv is her girl.
All right.
But they, after Liv's injury and with Roxanne coming out and everything else and trying to really endear herself to Judgment Day, I guess Raquel is like, hey, look, you know what? I rock with you, little one. Like, come on, I'm gonna take you under my wing. Literally.
I mean, she's literally under her wing. Like she's right there.
Yeah, so I'm digging this, and I'm interested to see the twists and turns and how they end up with this storyline because they're also making Rhea look vulnerable, even though she's still a badass and she's always going to be a badass. Every now and then, badasses have to look vulnerable, or else they're just going to be another version of John Cena, and well, really Super Cena is what I'll say. We don't need any more Super Cena type characters. We don't need anybody who looks like they can just run through anybody and win every match, and they're gonna find a way to come on top. And gosh, I'm just gonna keep no. People need to look fallible. People need to look beatable, and this was a good way to do that and still accomplish something on the other side of it.
Big facts there. So, speaking of another accomplishment, they are accomplishing making a triple threat between Bailey, Becky, and Lyra.
A triple threat, if you Becky Lynch.
Triple threat.
A triple threat. Bruh, I'm looking at this one, and I'm just like, you know, this could have been told in a better way. This really could have. I would have loved to have seen Bailey go against Becky and have more of a promo battle back and forth than for them to inject Lyra into it. Lyra could have been a part of this storyline without injecting her into that match the way they did to cost Bailey the match. And the only way I can see this going is that they're trying to find some kind of way to keep Lyra around and prevalent in this storyline while also like, hey, Bailey, we know we did you dirty, but we're going to try to pay you back. But we really not going to try to pay you back because we still going to screw you over. It's like, what the hell are y'all doing then? Like, why? Why are y'all doing that? I mean, it is what it is. What can you do? But I don't like it. I think it's another way for them to miss. I don't like the way they're treating Bailey, to be perfectly honest with you, in this situation. And I hope that it turns out better for her.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know what the end game is here, and I believe it. I guess it depends on how you perceive how they're booking her, but hopefully it's interesting to basically justify her missing WrestleMania as well as basically being put in this position.
Yes, definitely.
So hey, man, all they gotta do is just sell me on it, and I'm there.
For sure. I hope they get her back some kind of way somehow. But I mean, with the women's division, the way it's looking and stuff, like things are going crazy, and different title pictures are looking crazy too. So it's like with the way they're booking some of these title pictures and stuff, I'm not real sure how clear everything's looking. The only thing we got clear and consistent are a couple of things in different title pictures, but I mean, maybe they're just trying to keep all their options open. Who knows? I don't know. It's just I don't like the way they're doing Bailey in
Yeah,
this.
I understand that. And speaking of title pictures, we have Gunther still building for him and Goldberg, and Gunther tore that man a new one.
Oldberg.
And you know Oldberg. I did not know until yesterday that Oldberg was from Oklahoma.
Yeah, he was born in Oklahoma.
But that nigga claiming Georgia. Just because he played football here.
If I didn't pay attention to it live. I had it on while I was cooking.
Yeah.
But he said his adopted hometown of Atlanta, Georgia.
Nah, for the longest they've made it seem like that nigga was from Georgia.
The reason why they said that is because he played football at Georgia and he got drafted and played for a little bit with the Falcons, and he had his big moment in WCW at the Georgia Dome.
So
he lived there for a good while and then moved to California, and I believe now he lives in Texas.
So he basically still has to check in with the OGs. I did not. I didn't know. I genuinely didn't know.
unless he feel like he gonna be the baby and like they gonna pull up and check him and then he gonna check them back. So I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It just caught me off guard. I was like, oh, this man's from Oklahoma. Because I think what caught me off guard when he said adopted, I was like, adopted? You not from here?
No, he's not. And you'd have to be in the weeds and like know all of that because like you said, the way they're presenting it, you would think that he was from there.
Mm-hmm. So, hey, man.
I'm just glad Gunther like stepped up for himself because all this Goldberg talk and everything else, like I wouldn't be mad if whether I don't want it to be a real injury. I would rather Goldberg fake an injury and then Gunther smash him and like squash him in like 4 minutes. That would be great. And like send Goldberg out on his shield and send the fans home shocked and crying and whatever else. And he's like, I gave it my one last try and it didn't work out for me. And that's it. It's in Atlanta. They're gonna cheer him anyway. Gunther can like, do the little feet dust thing and some whatever, leave the ring, and then Goldberg could get up hobbling and everything, and everybody go, oh, Goldberg,
I mean, he was gonna
Goldberg.
hobble regardless. You seen that, man?
And I'm gonna be like, get your ass off my
Your
ring and
brother was
don't ever
struggling to
come
stand
back.
on the apron on the ring post, so he
Bro,
gonna
that
hobble regardless.
that brother struggled after he did that damn kick with that raggedy ass knee he still got. It was a struggle from there.
I need him to rent a new knee.
He need a whole new hip and leg, everything, bro. Like, I just be glad when this match is over with. That's all I can say.
And I will take your word for it because I am not watching that shit.
I'm gonna watch it just because I want to see how it plays out, and I'm gonna do my due diligence. Damn it,
Yes, you will. Yes, you will.
I will take one for the team.
Yes, because this teammate is not playing. No, absolutely not. But yeah, mainly Raw and SmackDown this week was basically built towards the Night of Champions event that is going down this week.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have any thoughts about what's going on in this?
You mean the matches?
No, the entire event because it's controversial.
Oh, I got thoughts. I got thoughts.
Let's unleash our thoughts.
Okay, first of all, if they go, they go. If they go, they go. If they feel like that risk is worth taking, they feel like that risk is worth taking. What I will say is, even though I believe the Saudis have suspended air flights over their airspace or whatever, I guarantee you, for the money that they pay in WWE and the money that WWE is gonna make off of this, that Saudi government and WWE gonna figure out a way how to make this work, or they're gonna figure out a way when they can run this back if they do end up canceling it. One thing that I will say towards the political climate of it all is that Saudi Arabia is a huge ally of the United States. And Saudi Arabia was actually happy that the US did what they did in Iran because they didn't want Iran with a nuke. Because if Iran had nukes, they were going to have nukes. And the Saudis don't want nukes. And they don't want nobody in their region with nukes. No more people in their region with nukes, especially Iran. Going back to the wrestling of it all, it's a business, and they're in business to make money. And we all should have known and realized that when we saw ticket sales, meet and greets, and everything else, the prices, even merchandise a little bit, things just skyrocketed. And they're constantly setting records, constantly making money hand over fist. People are still getting mad about releases, but you got to understand, yes, they're profitable. Yes, they're breaking records. They want to stay that way. That is how the rich get rich and stay rich, is because they constantly figure out ways how to save money and make more of it. This is still a business.
My thing is, people are still knocking this partnership, but I'm like, if them killing a journalist didn't stop them from going over there,
come on with it.
What makes you think this is going to stop them from going over
Come
there?
on with it. And that's something that happened on Saudi's, or it was actually Saudi soil because it was supposedly at the Saudi embassy in Turkey.
Mm-hmm.
It happened on Saudi soil.
Yeah. So
We all know what happened. We all can suspect what happened. Circumstantial evidence be damned. It is what it is. That didn't stop it. Neither did some of the way that they've been acting and whatnot, and the way they've talked and treated women. And we also have to understand this isn't a WWE thing. This is a TKO thing.
Yep. Like
Even though
if it was WWE, they probably people gotta understand TKO had they gradually took over. So the days of like WWE being in full control, that stopped last year. As soon as November hit, it was a wrap.
yeah. And here's what I'll say to that. Even though this deal was signed under Nasty Man and before they sold the company, TKO is even more in bed with the Saudis than WWE ever was. They're so in bed with the Saudis that during COVID, they were going to the Middle East and holding events because they couldn't hold them here in the United States. Okay, that's number one. Number two, you also have to understand, even though Dana White is not owner or anything, he's still one of the heads at UFC. He's a big exec at TKO, and he has a new partnership with one of the sheikhs over there to start a new boxing circuit committee, something. It's a new boxing promotion, basically, a new boxing league, whatever you want to call it. That deal just got signed a few months ago, like sometime this year. So they're definitely deep in bed on multiple business levels with multiple business deals with the Saudis. There's no way this is not going off without a hitch. It's either going to happen this Saturday as planned, this Friday and Saturday as planned, or it's gonna get rescheduled.
If they would have said, if it was going to be rescheduled, they would have said something already.
I still don't put it past them, because if something else should happen to pop off, and the only saving grace that they have for this is some sort of ceasefire
That
that
ceasefire lasted 4 hours.
thank you. So I'm just saying they're gonna figure out a way to get this done. It is basically what I'm saying. And we can be mad about it. We can protest it all we want. We just know that they're gonna pull this off one way or the other.
Oh yeah,
You can either watch it and support it or not. It is what it
your
is.
choice. Like that's your choice. Like at the end of the day, it's like if you watch it, you watch it. If you don't, you don't. But speaking of watching it, we might as well start off with this one. Like our predictions for this won't count because do you want this? Do you think this should count towards our predictions, or should we just preview it and get up out of here?
Man, let's get preview this and get up out of here, because I'm telling you, like it's too much up in the air and too much unpredictability still about this. Because what if Punk get cold feet about going over there?
Yeah,
like
so
that's a legit concern.
Yeah, that's a legit concern too. So with this, how do we see this going? Like, do we feel like this is going to be a LOL John Cena match, or you feel like it's going to be just they're going to try their best to revive that magic one last time?
I honestly think that they're going to revive some of that magic. I don't think they're going to be able to recapture like that 30-40 minute Money in the Bank 2011 classic at all.
Right.
Guys can't move like that or nothing like that. You may get some callback spots. They may hit. They're probably going to pull out some of their, vintage Cena, vintage Punk. They're going to pull out a couple of little spots here and there. I'll give them a good 12 to 15 minutes. And that's about all these two dudes could give and still put on a decent match and keep the Saudis happy. There's going to be some shenanigans. Cena's going to end up winning. He's going to retain that title because there's no way that they're going to let Cena lose in Saudi.
Nah, I mean, they could if they wanted to, just to throw people off.
They are way too far down the road and too much invested in Cena in this last real world champion, greatest of all time thing to I won't say throw it away, but to
Stop it
like
right here.
right. The train is already rolling downhill. Don't try to stop it. Just let it go.
Yeah. So I feel the same as you. Like this match is gonna basically be something solid. Like it's not gonna be the greatest match you'll ever see. It'll be a aura fest, a spam fest. They're gonna be emoting like crazy. John
Mhm.
Cena's gonna play up the heel thing, and they're gonna feed off the crowd, and then they're gonna call back the spots, and then hey, 1, 2, 3, take it home.
I promise you, I could see it ending. Cena does something, gets caught off guard, Punk hits it with the knee, hits the bulldog, gets up, does the go to sleep emote. Cena like hits him in the nuts, disqualification. That's the way I see it going. Either that, or he gonna do some stuff that's gonna cause him to cheat to win the match and continue to put him over as a heel. Either he gonna get disqualified or he gonna cheat to win. One of the two.
We
That's the
talked
way.
about Seth. You think Seth's gonna get involved?
No,
No.
no, I don't think Seth's getting involved in this one. I think they're gonna let these two rock it out, and we're gonna see it like that, or Cena's gonna get counted out, or something like that. Something's gonna happen where it's gonna be a funky finish to this match.
Rada Cooper said, "Does Truth get involved in this match as well?"
I wouldn't be surprised. Any shenanigan type of finish, or any shenanigan type of thing that's gonna make this match come to an end, that's how it's gonna happen.
Yeah, I see that. Speaking of home, taking it home, we got Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross official. They just made that official on Raw.
Damn, Tom.
You feeling this? Give me your thoughts, man.
Oh, listen. Cross is up there as one of the more interesting characters. I won't say the best, but he is one of the most interesting characters in wrestling right now. And it's about time they start giving this dude his shine. They finally got his merch in the arenas and whatnot. It was sold out online, and now it's selling out at arenas. Now he's got a new shirt. With them dropping the new merch shirt, that's giving people the sign and the thought that maybe he has re-signed the new deal with WWE, and plus they're giving him this match on the PLE in a pretty big spot. So I really hope that this is a sign of things to come for the better for Karrion Kross. I hate that it got to be Sammy, but I mean, come on, dog, you got to play your part. Play your part. Play your part.
Oh, you
Sweet
think Sammy's
child,
going to?
I choose it.
You think Sammy gonna lose this one?
Yeah. Sammy got to take one for the team for this one, big dog. You got to take one for the team. Come on.
Me and you might have to go head to head on that one because I feel like they're setting up, they're telling the story more so with Sammy than they are with Karrion. I feel like they're setting up Sammy to eventually get that world title this summer.
I mean, they could, but when Sammy didn't win and go to the King of the Ring finals, that's when I kind of thought that deaded it. And that may speak to him with this angle that they're pulling with him in Cross right now. But to me, I need to see Cross. I would like what would tell both sides is if Cross won by DQ. He wins the match, but he gets Sammy to do something out of character to win the match.
Yep. I agree with that. I can see that. I can see that wholeheartedly. Like they're telling this story, like, hey, this is what Karrion's saying. He's like, hey, you're this little facade that you put on that you're a good guy. Nobody's buying it. And what better way to get people to see that than by getting him to lose by disqualification, by getting destroyed. So, hey, I'm all for it. And I'm also all gas, no brakes. Got Solo Sikoa challenging. See, you doing better than Wade. Solo Sikoa challenging. I mean, like, bro, you don't shut the hell up. Solo Sikoa challenging Jacob Fatu for the United States Championship. Now, I've been seeing a lot of people. I've been seeing a little mixed bag right here. Some people say Solo should win the title. And I'm seeing some people, but the reason why I say that, the reason why I'm seeing that is because some people feel like if Solo loses here, then the feud is dead and buried. Like there's like you just lost the first encounter. Like why should there be a rematch?
Bro,
Some other people say that Solo should win because it's going to be due to outside interference by the debuting Hikuleo. And you got another member of the bloodline.
Yeah. I feel
And
as
me?
though,
You want to know what me?
yeah.
Fuck no. No. No.
I had a feeling you was gonna go there. That's why I was like, let me pause my thought and hear what you gonna say right here.
No. We are not
Bro.
adding any more bloodline members. I am over that faction. I am over that faction.
Hey, bro, listen here, dog. Listen. Hikuleo still got a little more simmering and marinating and slow cooking to do. Like, you got to put him in a crock pot. You can't put him in an instant pot. You can't put him in a microwave. You got to put Hikuleo in the old school, not even the crock pot with the digital shit on it. Hikuleo got to go in that old school multicolored, that ugly crock pot your grandma used to have. That the lid is still works and everything, but the glass then got cloudy or whatever because it's just been used and washed so much. It ain't even clear no more. You got to actually take the top off to look in there now because you can't even see through the glass. But like, it needs to be done in a certain way where it doesn't start to feel like the NWO. And I think that they've done away from, like, different bloodline members have different storylines, and some of them still are on the same pathway or tracks. If it's done in a way where it kind of adds to whatever it is that they're doing and doesn't take away from it, that would be great. It's gonna happen at some point. We should just come to. I've come to accept it. You should too. It's gonna happen because there's no way you're gonna tell this story and not say that he's a part of the bloodline. They just won't do that. It's gonna happen. It's just how
so
it's
many
gonna
of them
happen.
niggas, man.
Yeah, it's a lot of.
It's a lot of these. So, like, I think the reason why I say I feel like that's lazy to me, I feel like that's lazy, and the reason why I feel like that is because at some point you got to look like, hey, why do we keep adding Samoans to this damn faction to do the exact same shit, but with different bodies? We're rinsing and repeating the same cycle. Like, literally, this story should have started. Story bloodline started with Roman, and it should have ended with Roman. When Roman got that Ula follow back, the bloodline should have been done right there, in my opinion. Because now we're just beating a dead horse. Now we're beating a cremated horse. It ain't even dead anymore. It's cremated. The body is no longer there. You're just stomping on dust right now. That's how I feel about it. So, but I'm not gonna lose sleep if they go this route at the same time.
Yeah, no, it's like I said, man. There's still some stuff to be told and ways that they can tell that bloodline story without making it seem like it's 99, 2000, 2001 NWO. But there's also a lot of it that does already feel like it because there's so many members. But the good thing is like Roman's on one of his PTO runs. Jay is involved, hovering around the World Heavyweight Championship. Jimmy has his thing going or whatever, Tungaloa is still hurt and they just pulled Tama from TV. I don't even know if Tama's hurt or not. He just got pulled from
I
TV.
think he was hurt too. I think they say he was hurt. That's
Okay,
part of
okay,
it.
he did get. I thought I couldn't remember if he got hurt or not, but
Yeah, I
you
saw the
know,
yeah, I saw the reporters. They say he was hurt too. So
they introduced JC with Solo and they had Jacob running with him, and now they're starting to. We already knew there was going to be a rift between Solo and Jacob at some point because it was just Jacob was just way too real and way too believable of a character to keep him under Solo's tutelage, quote unquote.
Mhm.
So we knew that this was going to happen again. Like back then, I was just like, it just depends on how it all plays out and how they tell this story. I'm still going to be interested, invested in it. So again, I'm just going to stick to my guns and say, let's just let them cook.
Yeah, I agree. So, and speaking of sticking to guns and letting them cook, we talked about it briefly. We got a street fight between Rhea Ripley and Raquel Rodriguez.
This is the female version of a Big E special. Big meaty women slapping meat.
This is something Hi-Lite would love.
Boy, when I saw that Rhea went into Pierce's office and he announced this, I imagine Hi-Lite about fell out of his chair.
He said, he like, he pulled a Booker. Oh yeah, man.
Oh yeah, man. Hey man, listen. I'm all for it, bro. I'm all for it.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
all for it. Because even though Raquel might not be the best in-ring worker or whatever, she does know how to use her statuesque size to her advantage.
Mm.
And one thing that I can say about a match like this is it's not often that Rhea is made to look small or the weaker opponent. Raquel can actually make her look small because Raquel is a little bit bigger than Rhea is as far
Yeah.
as height and everything is concerned. They're about the same build, but Raquel is clearly like 6 foot and Rhea's about 5'9".
And
So when you
they've had those clashes in NXT
right,
that are highly praised.
right. And so I want to see knowing where Rhea has gone to and where Raquel has come from, this one should be a really good one.
No, for sure. So
And
you
they
don't-
made it a street fight on top of that. So it's like, come on now. I mean, we get the last woman standing match on Friday and a street fight on Saturday in Saudi. I would love to see how they're gonna pull both of these off. This one is a lot more interesting though.
oh yeah, but then again, it's Rhea too. Like the crowd loves Rhea out there, so it'll
Right.
definitely be engaging for sure.
Big time. Roxanne will get involved.
Oh yeah, Roxanne and probably somebody to even eyes for Rhea. Like
Mhm.
it's gonna be a whole thing.
We're gonna see.
Then the last tidbits from Night of Champions. Then we get up out of here. We got the Queen of the Ring finals. It'll be Jade Cargill versus Asuka.
Man, as much as I hate to say it, bro, and I love me some Oscar, but
Oh,
they
this
be
is
doing,
set up for Jade.
they be doing my girl dirty, bro. Oscar is basically Japanese Natty,
Damn.
and I hate that they do Natty like that because I just feel like Oscar is still a legit badass in that ring. But like you said, this is setting up for Jade to get that title shot at SummerSlam against whomever it is and look like $1,000,000 on the road there. I hate that they brought Asuka back and they got her on this hot streak just to put her on ice for Jade, technically speaking. But if some kind of way Asuka can, and Jay's, like I said, I gave Jade her props earlier. Jay's been doing better in the ring. If some kind of way Asuka can pull this match out with Jade and make Jade look like $1,000,000, but still be a badass, I might be here for it. And Sierra, I don't want to call Asuka that. I'm not. Asuka is, to me, she's not that. But the way they're booking her,
Sierra was like, hold
look,
on, sir.
I
Not
love me some
this.
Oscar. And me personally, I was in the building when she lost to Charlotte at WrestleMania 34 and was pissed. I was pissed. My daughter was she ain't gonna come here now because she closed the door, told me I was being too loud, but she'll tell you I was not happy. And it's been 7 years since that, and I'm still not happy about it. She should have never lost to Charlotte at Mania.
Nah.
But they were so all in on Charlotte, just like they're all in on Jade, and it's gonna be the exact same thing.
Yeah. So I feel like Jay's gonna win the Queen of the Ring tournament, go to SummerSlam, and this is where it'll be interesting. Is she the one to take the title off Tiffany, or is she the one? I saw this scenario. They say Jade wins, then she win the title at SummerSlam, and that's where Naomi cashes in to get her revenge for WrestleMania by taking the title from her. By basically proverbially pushing her off of the top mountaintop by taking that title.
Peep game though. Jade and Tiffany low key had a good ass match not long ago. I could see Tiffany holding on to that title through SummerSlam and them running that match back at SummerSlam and Naomi definitely cashing in on Jade after a hard fought match. I could definitely see
that. Yep. That's what I'm saying. So I'm like, I definitely like that could be a way that they go. So I'm intrigued. And then obviously this match as well, the men's side, the King of the Ring final, Randy Orton for the second time
is gonna put over Cody just like he put over Gunther.
Yeah.
Done
deal. Done deal.
Sierra, I do get what you're saying, and I know that that's the way it's seen in Japan. It's just that I just love Asuka, and I wanted her to keep that. I wanted her to have like a better run than Goldberg had, to be honest with you, because Asuka's a legit badass. I know that that's the tradition and that's the honor and the way things are run over there, and I know everybody puts over the younger. Like that's the way it goes over there, and I've seen it throughout history, especially in big matches like Wrestle Kingdom, G1, and stuff like that, Kirk Hall, whatever. Like I know that's the way it goes over there. It's just like I can't help it. Like I've always been like I was a fan of Asuka when I first started learning about her as Kana over in Japan. And when I learned more of her background, the thing that was really dope to me was like she was doing video game stuff like on a major level. And on top of that, had like a sexy women's magazine or photo shoot things or something like that. Like Asuka had her hands in all kind of stuff outside of wrestling that was dope and interesting. So I've always been a fan of hers, and she is a legit badass. It just is what it is, man. And I wish that she had more of her run in the sun on top of the card, but it is what it is. And I mean, I know she didn't come over here till later in her career, and she's been here for a while, and the injuries, the age, and everything. And she has a certain aura and everything built up about herself. It's the exact same thing with Randy Orton. Randy Orton is a certified bona fide. Yeah, she did work for Xbox. Okay, I couldn't remember who. I wanted to say. I almost said something really stupid. I'm not even gonna say it because I'll tell Gresh off air. Gresh can hear how stupid I was about to be. But it's the exact same thing with Randy Orton. Orton is a legit Hall of Famer. First ballot. Like this guy is, he's still the legend killer, the Viper. That was the other thing. It was the hair salon.
I mean, she coming out with her hair looking like that. She better have a salon.
Bro, look, Asuka had her hands in so much stuff.
Which is smart.
So interesting, yeah. But with this one, it's like Randy can put on a good match with Cody and lose and still come out next week and be like, hey, go on, win the title. And when you win the title, I want a match for the title.
I won't be surprised if that's the case. Like Randy Orton, Cody regains the title. and Randy turns on him, and we get heel Orton again for the fall.
That, I wouldn't mind seeing that because the thing is, he's gonna get cheered over there anyway.
Yeah.
Even if he turns on Cody and goes heel,
Mm-hmm.
they're still gonna cheer for him.
Because it's Randy Orton.
Yeah. He won't get booed or anything until he comes back on this side. So
Oh, that's what happened last year when he lost. The funny thing about last year with Gunther, that rematch was not supposed to happen. That finish was not supposed to happen the way it's supposed to. Randy was supposed to lose clean. Somebody messed something up.
I remember that.
And they had to pivot and they revisited it. And it's like because you could tell that was supposed to happen because commentary didn't acknowledge it, but then it was like we can't ignore that because it's right there on camera. Clear as day. So, hey man, do we really need Cody holding the title again? I mean, he's your top guy. Of course, he's gonna hold the title again. We're not gonna sit here and act like Cody's title reign was horrible. Like he had great matches with AJ Styles, had great matches with Kevin Owens. Like it's fine. The only match that was horrible was the way he lost the match. That John Cena match was just boring. But all roads are leading back to Cody and Cena too. So it is what it is. This is what we got to deal with.
Yeah, it's just, to be perfectly honest with you, man, sometimes we have to eat our vegetables even though we don't like them. We have to eat our fruits and vegetables and drink water and stuff like that, whether we like it or not, because it's better for us and it keeps us healthy. It's the same thing with Cody having a title or Cody being at top of the card or in the title picture at least. Like you have to keep him there because he sells merch, he draws money, and that's ultimately what it's all about. It's about the business. And the best way you build the best business is to sell the most tickets, sell the most merch, and keep the fans happy. And right now, the fans have not turned on Cody. They're not stopping buying tickets, and they damn sure ain't stopping buying the merch and stuff.
Nope.
So you have to keep Cody at a certain level. And you can't have him have a year-long title reign like he just came off of at Mania and have him come back and feud with Jacob Fatu over the U.S. title.
Yeah. I mean, they will sell me on it, but still.
You can't have him feud with I can't even remember who got the Intercontinental title.
Dom.
Yeah. Come on now. Dom about to get cheered and stuff. He's still the biggest heel, but Dom is like in this weird space where he's one of the most booed and most reacted negatively heels in the company. But one little tweak to his character or whatever, biggest baby face or one of the biggest baby faces.
Yeah.
He's just boom, 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 that polarizing. You can't have Cody feud with him. You can't put Cody in some side quest feud right now. You have to keep him at the top of the card and involved. If you got to sacrifice a match with Randy at Night of Champions for a title shot to do that, so be it.
Yeah. So, hey man. Oh, also we didn't talk about Dom and AJ Styles because they pushed it to in the future because Dom is apparently hurt as well. I think it's something to do with his ribs.
Yeah, man. I thought that was a work, but evidently it's a shoot, and they just worked it into or shot it to, whatever the fuck. It's a real injury, and they had to change the storyline because of it.
Yep, basically.
It is what it is, man. It is what it is.
But he's still the Intercontinental Champion. They'll probably put it on a Raw and then go from there. But that's Night of Champions. Watch it if you want to watch it. If you don't want to watch it, that is okay too. At the end of the day, it's a business. They're going to do whatever they want to do, whether you like it or not. And that is our show, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this very late edition of the GRESH UNLEASHED podcast. Don't get used to it, but also you might get used to it. Nevertheless, the times may change, but the vibes remain the same. What you got coming up, my brother?
We are not gonna do Susio Sports tomorrow night because I'm probably gonna get back really late from work. Plus it's the first round of the NBA draft tomorrow night as well. So if there is a very outside shot that I do get off at a decent time, we might do it, but I don't know. You're gonna get an episode of Susio Sports this week. We're definitely gonna review the NBA Finals, the injuries. We're gonna review the trades, the Kevin Durant trade, even the trades that happened today, and we're gonna review the NBA draft. It may not happen tomorrow. It may have to get pushed to Thursday or Friday, but we're gonna figure it out, and we will let you know.
Oh yeah, make sure you guys tap into that. You can follow if you're watching it in if you're watching on video format, you can follow those links under his video feed as well.
Right.
But also make sure you guys tap into the Public Enemies podcast as well, because whatever we don't talk about here, we talk about there, and whatever we don't talk about there, we talk about here because there's a brotherhood over here. But nevertheless, hopefully you guys tap into the Gresh Unleashed pod at Gresh Unleashed pod. Everywhere you listen to it, listen to your video format, and Jermaine has more to say. What's up, my
One
brother?
more thing that I can't believe I forgot about. If y'all haven't, and I know the enemies, I think they probably previewed in the talk. I think y'all did talk about it last week, but please peep out the BRP 50 that dropped last
Oh
night.
yeah, we did breeze past it.
I thought y'all did. I couldn't remember because
We did it right at the beginning, and Graham was like, Obafemi #1. Like, it was a whole funny.
But let me tell
situation.
you, I normally catch y'all right before they come on, and I have both y'all on. But like, I got called. I forgot that I was going. I kind of forgot or whatever that I had to be on, and so it was just crazy. But yeah, definitely people out the BRP 50. The article that I wrote about Stephen Wolf in the interview, I believe the interview is out on their YouTube. I'm not sure. I have to double check and look, but definitely check out that BRP 50 and check out that feature I did on Stephen Wolf.
Oh yeah. So yeah, make sure you guys tap into that. And hey man, and if you don't like that list, make your own list. It's really that simple.
Pretty much.
But also make sure you guys follow yours truly at @GRESH, @GRESH, everywhere else. Subscribe to the podcast, www.gressunleashed.com. We are on the road to 6 years of this podcast, actually. So I believe in the next couple of weeks we'll do like a special episode where we'll just celebrate it and do our thing. It'll be same old, but hey, it might be longer, maybe shorter, depending on how we feel. Nevertheless, tap in as always every single Tuesday. And with that being said, you guys stay safe out here in these streets. Stay hydrated because it is hot as shit out here right now. Stay hydrated, stay locked in, stay tapped in, stay dangerous. Word to Graham. But with that being said, we out. Yo, be breezy. I wish it was breezy because it's hot as a motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm about to turn this